Hi. And welcome back to the Wolf Recaps. Today I'm going to explain a movie called The Possession of Hannah Grace, released in the year 2018. The movie opens with two priests who are in the middle of an exorcism. Hannah Grace is possessed by an inhuman force, and her body painfully contorts. Her father Granger sits by her side as he desperately waits for the priests to do their work, and pleads with Hannah to fight her demon. Suddenly, Hannah's body rises, and she appears to have a hold on the priests. She sends one flying against the wall where he is impaled through the head, while the other priest starts to choke. Granger grabs a pillow and smothers Hannah until she stops moving. The movie then rolls back to 3 months later in Boston, and we are introduced to the center character Megan Reed, who is an ex-cop with the Boston Police Department and struggles with depression and an addiction to pills, after her patrol partner was shot dead by a criminal whom she failed to subdue. Due to her depression and addiction to pills, she lost her job as cop and was sent to rehab. After coming out of rehab, Megan's friend Lisa Roberts finds her a night shift job in the Boston Metro Hospital's morgue. She goes through an interview with Dr. Lewis, who shows her the ins and outs of the area, and asks if she can handle the position, since a lot of people have quit on him because they couldn't handle the solitude around corpses, as well as the smell. He also tells her that people do hear voices coming out of the dead, and no one can tell when their hallucination takes over them. Megan, however, tells him that she is not afraid of anything since she believes that death is the only end. Megan then reassures Dr. Lewis that she can handle the job. He further elaborates on the process of work she is going to do, and informs her that while on duty she is not allowed to go outside, and she has to make sure that no unauthorized person enters the morgue. He then tells her that she can join from tomorrow at 11 o'clock at night until 7 a.m. in the morning. Megan starts her job later that evening. She meets two security guards at the front, Ernie and Dave, before heading into the morgue. She starts working and an EMT brings in a fresh body which she successfully incinerates. However, in the middle of her work, Megan starts to get haunted by her own past recent traumatic memory. She frantically takes out pills from the bottle, but she starts to calm down when she starts to recall her own rehab session, where she shared her incident of how her fear came into her way which killed her partner. It is then revealed that even though Megan is trying hard to move on, the guilt and horror of it still petrify Megan to this date. The next day, Megan is visited by her ex, a cop named Andrew, who is there to pick up the rest of his stuff. He questions whether or not her new job is a good idea, and the two have a brief argument before Andrew decides to go home. Megan returns to work that night and finds a hooded man, who is later revealed as Granger, standing outside asking to be let in. She rightfully doesn't trust him, and he starts to angrily order her to let him in, until Megan threatens to call security on him. Moments later, an EMT named Randy shows up with the body of a young woman, who was apparently being mutilated as she was found. Randy then asks Megan to help him as he is alone, to which Megan first says no, as she cannot break the rule. But after listening to Randy's explanation of how the body will start to smell bad and will burst open into several pieces, Megan steps outside to help Randy. Seeing Megan outside, Granger sneaks inside behind her. After Randy leaves, Megan inspects the body, which turns out to be Hannah's. She tries to take pictures of the body, but the camera and computer don't work. Other weird things happen, like a tremor in the room, or the drawer with Hannah's body not staying shut. She then verifies her body only to find out that her records are not matching. She then tries to search the criminal database with Andrew's ID. As her own, it will not work since she is dismissed from being a cop, and she finds the same mismatched data. She then goes back to see the body, and she notices flies around Hannah, and a whole swarm of them when she lifts off her sheets, but this turns out to be a hallucination. Possibly. Megan then hears something outside and goes to check it out, but she finds nothing. She then goes back into the morgue only to find Hannah's body is gone, and she sees Granger trying to take it away. She goes to confront him, and he tries to attack her with a knife, but Megan disarms him and waits for security to come to get him. As Granger is getting arrested, he yells to Megan that Hannah isn't really dead. After Megan returns to Hannah's body, she gets a call from Andrew to check up on her since he heard about the incident. While on phone with her back towards Hannah's body, she doesn't notice it's moving. When Megan does get a look at Hannah, she sees her mouth open and exhale. She gets Lisa to meet with her now that she's freaked out. Lisa tells her she can go home if she wants, but Megan insists that she needs to do this. She tells Lisa about Hannah's breathing, but Lisa says that corpses release air sometimes when they are moved. So it's not a big deal, and since Megan is now into this job, she should carefully take each and every step. Andrew goes to visit Megan as he is concerned about her. Megan then asks about Granger, to which he says he has said nothing until now, but he will say something once he is interrogated firmly in the police station. He then asks Megan if she is going to be there the whole night, to which she said yes. It's her job and she knows she can do it. He then tells Hannah that while collecting his things from her house he found his bottles of Xanax pills missing, and asks Megan not to consume any pills as it is bad for her health. To which she gets angry and tells him that he is already accusing her before letting her accept or deny his accusation. And to him, she is already a culprit without giving her any chance to defend herself. Andrew gets irritated as she misunderstands his concern and keeps throwing more words, which makes Megan angrier. And she orders him to get lost, to which he tells her to call him if she needs any help. And Megan asks him to find out about Hannah as her data is not matching. Back in the security room, Dave tries to entertain himself when he hears something weird in the morgue. He goes to investigate and goes next to Hannah's drawer where he hears the noise. A powerful force then lifts him up on his feet and starts to painfully break his bones until it pulls him into the drawer. Meanwhile, Megan is in the bathroom when she sees a corroded hand reaching for something outside the stall. She then gets a call from Andrew, who informs him that Hannah was dead before 3 months. So maybe there is some technical fault as it has happened before. She then comes back to examine Hannah's body and finds that the wounds have started to heal on their own. Growing more paranoid, Megan asks Ernie to view morgue footage. She sees Hannah crawling in the darkness from one of the cameras. Megan starts to look into Hannah's death and tells Lisa what she found out about it. Lisa later goes outside for a smoke but is stalked by Hannah. She is followed up to the rooftop where Hannah twists Lisa's body until her neck snaps. Randy returns with a new body, and Megan asks him to come inside to see Hannah's body, which already made its way back to the drawer. They both agree that the body is different as some of the wounds are now missing. As they continue to discuss furthermore, in the background, the body appears to be healing following the deaths of Dave and Lisa. Randy notices Megan isn't well and he tries to make an innocent assumption about her state of being, as he was in a similar position himself a while back. Randy then leaves, and Megan talks to Andrew on the phone regarding the Xanax bottle, saying that she didn't take it or use it, but she found it with her own medicine, and she didn't return him. She then further says that she will return the pills to him tomorrow morning, to which he says it's okay. Outside, Hannah finds Randy and kills him, making it look like his head was smashed between the wall and his truck. Megan sees Hannah on the security footage and tries to go find Randy, but he's already dead. Andrew calls Megan to tell her that Granger escaped police custody and he's heading back to the hospital. In between the call, Granger takes Megan into his custody forcefully, and asks her to open the drawer to prove to her that Hannah's body is healing itself with each kill, and that they need to completely destroy her body by burning it. Megan tells him that she believes him now and then helps Granger bring the body to the incinerator. But Hannah takes hold of Granger's body and forces him to the incinerator, killing him. Andrew shows up to help Megan, who is trying to run from Hannah. Hannah catches Ernie and slits his throat before heading after Megan and Andrew. She starts to grab onto Andrew and twist him around, but Megan takes his gun and shoots Hannah until she drops to the floor. She sends Andrew out of the hospital and asks him to bring help, and then take Hannah's body back to the incinerator where Hannah appears alive again. She attacks Megan, but Megan manages to shove Hannah into the incinerator, even as she starts pleading for Megan not to. The movie ends with 2 months later showing Megan, who is now fully recovered and is ready to move forward in life. After having a shower, she sees a fly on the mirror wall and swats it with her hand. That was all for the explanation. I hope you liked it. Please leave a like to help our channel grow. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your view on this movie. Thank you for watching.